Hey everyone, and welcome to Impressive Learning English. Have you ever felt like you're just going through the motions? You get up, go to work or school, and come back home, but deep down, you feel stuck. It's like you're standing still while the rest of the world moves on. If that sounds familiar, this video is your wake-up call. This is a message for anyone who's tired of feeling lost and is ready for a change. Today, we're not just going to talk about motivation. We're going to dive deep into the one thing that's holding you back from living your best life. And I'm going to share a simple 3-step plan to help you break free from that feeling of being stuck, so you can finally start building the life you've always wanted. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. So, are you ready to wake up and take control of your life? Let's get started. Point 1. The trap of the comfort zone. Have you ever found yourself living on autopilot? Waking up at the same time, following the same routine, and ending the day feeling like nothing has truly changed. It's a feeling many of us know. This is what we call the comfort zone. It sounds nice, doesn't it? Comfortable, safe, predictable. But the truth is, the comfort zone isn't a place of true happiness. It's a silent trap. It's the place where dreams go to die, where your potential gets buried under the weight of just getting by. Think about it for a moment. What is the one thing you've been wanting to do for months, or maybe even years? Start a new hobby, learn a new skill, change your job. Whatever it is, you probably have a list of reasons why you haven't started yet. I don't have enough time, I'm not smart enough, or what if I fail? These aren't just excuses. They are the carefully constructed walls of your comfort zone, designed to keep you from taking risks and stepping into the unknown. We tell ourselves these stories to avoid the fear of failure, the fear of judgment, and the fear of the unknown. We'd rather stay in a familiar, even if unfulfilling place, than risk discomfort for a shot at something better. This is the biggest obstacle to your growth. It's not your lack of talent or resources. It's your unwillingness to embrace discomfort. The most successful people in the world all have one thing in common. They didn't get to where they are by staying comfortable. They embraced discomfort. They took risks. They failed. They learned. And they kept going. Think about an athlete training for the Olympics. Their comfort zone is a place of relaxation, but they choose to step outside it every single day, pushing their bodies to the limit. They do it because they know that discomfort is where growth happens. It's where you build resilience, or you discover how strong you truly are. But let's be honest, it's a hard cycle to break. The longer you stay in your comfort zone, the harder it is to leave. The fear grows, and the walls get higher. This is the wake-up call. It's an invitation to acknowledge that the predictable path you're on isn't leading you to the life you truly want. It's time to stop making excuses and start taking action. Your mind will try to talk you out of it, reminding you of all the reasons why you should stay put. But you have to push past that voice. The first step out of your comfort zone is often the hardest, but it's the most important. It's the moment you decide that your future is worth more than your fear. So, I want you to ask yourself, what is one small thing you can do today that makes you feel just a little bit uncomfortable? Maybe it's sending that email you've been putting off, or starting a new chapter in a book you've been wanting to read. Don't worry about the big picture just yet. Just focus on that single, small step. Because taking that one step is all it takes to start breaking free. Point 2. Redefine what it means to fail. Let's talk about the one word that stops more people than anything else. Failure. We're taught from a young age that failing is bad. It's something to be avoided, something that means you're not good enough. We see it as a final destination, a dead end. But what if I told you that this entire mindset is the biggest lie you've ever been sold? What if failure isn't the opposite of success, but an essential part of it? Think about it this way. Your first attempt at anything, from riding a bike to speaking a new language, was probably messy, awkward, and full of mistakes. Did you give up and decide you were a failure? No. You got back on the bike, you tried again, and eventually you learned. The problem is, as adults, we forget this simple truth. We want to be perfect on our first try. We look at successful people and think they must have had it easy, that they never made mistakes. But that's just not true. The world's most successful people have massive lists of failures. J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter manuscript was rejected by a dozen publishers before it was accepted. Steve Jobs was famously fired from the very company he created. Michael Jordan, considered the greatest basketball player of all time, was cut from his high school basketball team. These weren't setbacks. They were learning opportunities. They were stepping stones. Each failure provided them with valuable feedback, teaching them what didn't work and pushing them to find a better way. They didn't see a final defeat. They saw a temporary moment that would make them stronger. I want you to change your perspective today. Instead of thinking, "What if I fail?" start asking, "What can I learn from this?" Failure is just information. It's a compass pointing you in a different direction. It's a message that says, "Hey, that path wasn't right for you. Try this one instead." When you remove the shame and fear from the idea of failure, you free yourself to experiment, to take risks, and to grow. The fear of failure is a heavier burden than failure itself. It keeps you from even trying. It traps you in a cycle of what-ifs and regrets. So, let's make a new rule for ourselves. We're going to embrace mistakes. When you try something new and it doesn't work out, don't beat yourself up. Instead, take a moment to be proud that you tried it all. Then, analyze what happened. What went wrong? What would you do differently next time? This isn't about blaming yourself. It's about learning. It's about building resilience. The more you fail and learn, the more confident you become. You'll start to see that every setback is just one step closer to your ultimate goal. Remember, the only true failure is the one where you stop trying. Point 3. The power of small, consistent action. Let's talk about how you actually start moving forward. The biggest mistake people make is waiting for a perfect moment, a big burst of motivation that will suddenly change everything. We see a huge goal, like learning a new language, starting a business, or getting in shape, and it feels so big and overwhelming that we just freeze. We think we have to have a perfect plan, all the right tools, and a huge block of time to start. But that's a lie. The secret to massive progress isn't a single big leap. It's a series of small, consistent steps. Think about the concept of compound effect. It's a simple idea. Small, smart choices, made consistently over time, can lead to huge results. Imagine you want to read more. You could try to read an entire book in one weekend and get burned out. Or you could read just 10 pages a day. 10 pages doesn't sound like much, but in a month, that's 300 pages, the length of an entire book. In a year, that's 12 books. That's a life-changing amount of knowledge, all from a tiny, manageable habit. This principle works for any goal. If you want to start a business, don't worry about the entire grand plan. Just take one small step today. Maybe it's researching a business name. If you want to get in shape, don't aim for a 2-hour workout. Just commit to a 15-minute walk. If you want to improve your public speaking, don't try to give a perfect speech. Just practice speaking out loud for 5 minutes. These actions might seem insignificant on their own, but they build momentum. They create a positive feedback loop. When you complete a small task, you feel a sense of accomplishment, and that feeling gives you the energy to take the next small step. Over time, those steps will take you to places you never thought possible. The key here is consistency, not intensity. It's better to do something small every single day than to do a lot once a week and then quit. Building a habit is like building a muscle. It gets stronger with every single repetition. So stop waiting for the perfect time. The perfect time is right now. Don't worry about being perfect. Just focus on being consistent. What is the smallest, easiest thing you can do today to move closer to your goal? Whatever it is, do it right now. Take that one action. It's all you need to get the ball rolling. Point 4. Your story isn't written yet. Let's be honest with ourselves for a moment. Have you ever felt like you're just reading a script that someone else wrote for your life? Maybe you're on a career path that you don't truly love, or you're living a life that feels more like a routine than an adventure. It's easy to look back at the decisions you've made and feel like you're locked in, that the person you are today is the person you'll always be. You might think, well, this is just my life now. It's too late to change. But that is the most limiting belief you can have. Your past does not define your future. It's just a chapter, not the entire book. Think about a character in a movie. They face challenges, they make mistakes, and they go through a period of being lost. But what makes a great movie is when that character decides to take control of their own story. They don't just let things happen to them. They make a choice to change the plot. You are the main character in your own life's movie, and you have the power to write the next scene. You don't need anyone else's permission to change the script. You can start a new chapter today, right now. This is a liberating and terrifying idea at the same time, because it means that all the responsibility is on you, but it also means that all the power is in your hands. This is a mindset shift. It's about letting go of the old story you've been telling yourself. Maybe that story is, I'm not good at public speaking, or I'm not the type of person who can start a business. Those are just sentences you've memorized. They're not facts. Your identity is not a fixed thing. It's a collection of habits, beliefs, and actions that you can change. If you want to become a different person, all you have to do is start acting like that person. If you want to be a writer, start writing. If you want to be an artist, start creating. You become who you are by what you do, not by what you say you are. So take a moment to reflect on the story you've been living. Is it the one you truly want to live? If not, what's one sentence you can write in the new chapter of your life today? It can be as simple as, I am a person who takes care of my health, and then you go for a walk. Or, I am a person who values my time, and then you turn off your phone to read a book. Remember, your future is not a place you are going to. It's a place you are creating with every single choice you make. It's time to pick up the pen and start writing your masterpiece. Point 5. Stop waiting for permission. How many times have you put off a dream or a project because you were waiting for someone else's approval? We often look to our parents, friends, or even society to give us the green light before we feel it's okay to start. We wait for a perfect sign, a special opportunity, or for someone to tell us, "You're ready." But the truth is, the only permission you need is your own. Waiting for an external go-ahead is like a ship waiting for someone to build a new port before it can set sail. You have the engine, the crew, and the destination in mind. All you need to do is untie the rope from the dock. This is a deep-rooted habit. We are conditioned to follow instructions and to seek validation from an early age. We are taught to follow the rules, to get good grades, and to listen to our bosses. There's nothing wrong with these things, but they can sometimes train us to rely on others' judgment over our own. As adults, this can manifest as a fear of doing things our own way. We fear what others will think if we quit our stable job to pursue a passion, or if we start a side project that might not make money right away. We spend too much time worrying about the what-ifs and not enough time on the what is, the reality of our dreams and our potential. I want to challenge you to drop this heavy baggage of waiting. The biggest opportunities in life don't come with a formal invitation. They are created. The people who are truly living their best lives are the ones who decided that they didn't need a golden ticket to start. They built their own ticket. Think about all the resources you already have at your disposal. A smartphone can be a camera, a recording studio, a business tool. The internet is a library and a school. Your own two hands can build almost anything. The world has never been more ready for you to create your own path. It's time to give yourself permission. Permission to fail, permission to try something crazy, permission to be a beginner. This means you need to get comfortable with the idea that not everyone will understand your journey. Some people will think you're crazy, and that's okay. Their opinion is a reflection of their own fears, not your potential. Your life is your own masterpiece, and you are the only one who can paint it. Don't let someone else's opinion become the frame that limits your vision. So, let's take a deep breath together. I want you to make a promise to yourself. A promise to stop waiting for permission and to start taking action. What is one thing you can start doing today without asking anyone for permission? Whether it's writing that first page, starting that workout, or making that phone call, do it for yourself. Your wake-up call isn't an invitation to wait. It's a command to act. Point 6. Stop looking for a perfect plan. I see so many people get stuck on the starting line because they're obsessed with having a perfect plan. They want to know every single step, every potential problem, and every single detail before they even take the first move. They spend weeks, months, or even years planning a project they never actually start. This is what's known as analysis paralysis. You're so busy thinking about how to do something perfectly that you never get around to actually doing it. This is a subtle and dangerous form of procrastination. We tell ourselves we're being responsible and prepared, but what we're really doing is hiding from the fear of making a mistake. We trick ourselves into thinking that if we just find the perfect plan, will be guaranteed success, and that's not how life works. Life is not a math problem with a single right answer. It's a journey, and you're going to have to figure things out as you go. Think of it like this. You don't need to see the entire staircase to take the first step. You just need to know where the next step is. Trying to plan for every possible outcome is impossible and a waste of your valuable time. The best plans are made in motion. They are flexible. They are born from real-world experience, not from endless thinking. When you finally take action, you'll get real feedback. You'll learn what works and what doesn't. You'll find new paths you never even knew existed. This is how you truly learn and grow. I want you to let go of the need for perfection. Your plan doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to exist. It can be as simple as writing down 3 things you want to accomplish this week. Or it can be a quick sketch of a business idea on a napkin. The important thing is that it's a starting point. It's something you can hold on to, something you can build on, and something you can change. Don't let the search for the perfect map keep you from starting the journey. The map will become clearer as you walk. The people who make a real difference in the world aren't the ones with the best plans. They are the ones who are brave enough to start without one. So, I want you to ask yourself, what is one thing I've been overthinking? And what is the smallest possible action I can take on it today? Don't plan it out. Just do it. The perfect time to start is when you're feeling scared and unprepared, because that's when you'll learn the most. Point 7. Learn to say no. This is a powerful yet often difficult skill to master. We live in a world that constantly asks for our attention. Our phones buzz with notifications, our inboxes overflow with emails, and everyone seems to have a request for our time and energy. As a result, we often say yes to things we don't truly want to do. We say yes out of a fear of missing out, out of a need to be liked, or because we feel a sense of obligation. But every time you say yes to something you don't want to do, you're saying no to something you do. You're saying no to your own goals, your own rest, and your own well-being. Your time and energy are your most valuable resources. You can make more money, but you can never get back a single minute of time. So you have to be intentional about how you spend it. Learning to say no is not selfish. It's an act of self-respect. It's a way of protecting your most precious assets so you can invest them in what truly matters to you. Think about your goals. Do the things you're saying yes to get you closer to them? If the answer is no, then you need to reevaluate. This doesn't mean you have to be rude. You can say no with grace and kindness. A simple "Thank you so much for thinking of me, but I'm not able to take that on right now," is perfectly acceptable. You don't owe anyone a long explanation. The more you practice saying no to things that don't serve you, the easier it gets. The more you say yes to your own priorities, the more you'll feel a sense of control over your life. This isn't about shutting out the world. It's about opening up the space to create the life you truly want. So, I want you to identify one thing you've been saying yes to out of obligation. It could be a social invitation, a work project, or a favor for a friend. Next time you're asked, practice saying no kindly but firmly. This is a small step that will have a huge impact on your ability to reclaim your time and focus on what truly matters. Point 8. Practice gratitude to change your mindset. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to focus on what's wrong with your life instead of what's right? Our brains are naturally wired to look for problems and dangers. It's a survival instinct. But in our modern world, this can lead to a constant feeling of dissatisfaction and unhappiness. We get so focused on what we don't have, the perfect job, the ideal body, or more money, that we completely overlook the incredible things we already possess. This is where the practice of gratitude comes in. It's not just a feel-good exercise, it's a powerful tool for changing your mindset and rewiring your brain. Gratitude forces you to shift your focus from lack to abundance. It helps you appreciate the small victories and blessings in your life that you normally take for granted. It could be something as simple as a warm cup of coffee in the morning, a good conversation with a friend, or even the ability to wake up and see the sun. When you intentionally look for things to be grateful for, you start training your brain to see the good in the world. This doesn't mean you ignore your problems. It just means you don't let them define your entire reality. Research has shown that people who practice gratitude are happier, healthier, and more resilient. They handle stress better and are more optimistic about the future. It's a simple habit that has a profound impact. You can start small. Keep a gratitude journal by your bed and write down 3 things you are grateful for every night before you sleep. You can also make it a point to thank someone who helped you, even in a small way. This practice will not only make you feel better, but also strengthen your relationships. So, for this point, I want you to start a gratitude practice today. Right now, pause and think of 3 things you are genuinely grateful for. It could be anything: a great song you heard, a compliment you received, or simply the fact that you're watching this video and have the opportunity to change your life. Start small, be consistent, and watch how your entire perspective begins to change. Point 9. Surround yourself with the right people. Have you ever noticed how some people leave you feeling energized and inspired, while others leave you feeling drained? This isn't just a coincidence. The people you spend your time with have a powerful influence on your thoughts, your habits, and your beliefs. If you're constantly around people who are negative, who complain, and who have given up on their dreams, it's incredibly difficult to stay positive and motivated yourself. Their mindset becomes your mindset. It's like trying to learn to swim while surrounded by people who are afraid of the water. This is a critical, yet often overlooked, part of personal growth. You need to be intentional about who you let into your life. You don't need to cut off everyone who isn't a superhero, but you do need to create distance from those who constantly pull you down. Instead, actively seek out people who inspire you. Look for mentors, join groups, or follow people online who are living the kind of life you want to live. These are the people who will challenge you, celebrate your wins, and support you when you fail. They will show you what's possible and keep you accountable to your own goals. Think about the 5 people you spend the most time with. Are they pushing you to be better? Do they believe in your potential? If the answer is no, it might be time to reevaluate those relationships. This isn't about being selfish. It's about protecting your energy and your future. The people you surround yourself with are a direct reflection of who you will become. So, I want you to make a choice today. Choose to seek out people who lift you up. You can find them in your community, in online forums, or even just by reaching out to someone you admire. A single conversation with the right person can be more powerful than years of going it alone. Point 10. Just start, and don't wait for perfect. This is the final and most important message of all. We've talked about getting out of your comfort zone, redefining failure, taking small steps, and surrounding yourself with the right people. But all of that means nothing if you don't take action. The biggest difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who don't is simple. One group starts, and the other waits. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect amount of confidence. But I'm here to tell you that the perfect moment will never arrive. Confidence doesn't come before you start. It comes as a result of starting. You don't get confident by thinking about doing something. You get confident by doing it, by making mistakes, by learning, and by trying again. Think about it. When you started walking, you fell 100 times. You didn't stop because you fell. You kept going until you became a master. The same is true for anything you want to achieve in your life. The feeling of being ready is an illusion. You will never feel 100% ready. And that's okay. You have to be willing to start messy, to start scared, and to learn as you go. Your biggest obstacle isn't the world. It's your own mind talking you out of it. The voice in your head will give you 1,000 reasons to wait. It will tell you that you're not good enough, that you're not smart enough, and that it's just not the right time. But you have to tell that voice to be quiet. You have to choose courage over comfort. So, here's your final wake-up call. I want you to pick one thing from this video, any single point that resonated with you, and I want you to take action on it today. Not tomorrow, not next week, but right now. It could be as small as writing down your first goal, or as big as making that phone call you've been putting off. Whatever it is, do it. Your best life is waiting for you on the other side of your fear, and all you have to do to get there is just start. Final message. This is your wake-up call. It's time to stop letting fear, perfection, and other people's opinions hold you back. You now have the tools you need to take control of your life. One small step at a time. The power to change your story has always been within you. So, let me ask you one last time. Are you ready to wake up? If this message resonated with you and you're ready to start your journey of growth, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Join our community here at Impressive Learning English, and let's build the life you truly want, together. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.